Various cantons have cut their corporate income tax rates in light of the corporate tax reform. This is a compensatory measure to make up for the abolition of other tax advantages previously available to companies. It means that Switzerland and the individual cantons remain highly attractive as business locations for Swiss and foreign companies, even though certain concessions in fiscal policy have had to be made to satisfy the international community. Only a small number of cantons were unable to complete the process of updating their legislation by January 1st, 2020. No, not at all. Switzerland is one of the most attractive locations worldwide for many reasons. Companies are not only basing typical centralized corporate functions in Switzerland. In fact, you'll find lots of other key value drivers along the entire value chain, as for example, procurement, research and development, production and distribution. This sets Switzerland apart from other headquarter hotspots, which tend to cover only a fraction of the possible key value drivers. We can talk about it in terms of the 4 dimensions that influence a business location. These are agility and adaptability, resilience and stability, innovation and know-how, and competitiveness and liberal society. These are reflected in concrete location factors, such as competitive corporate tax rates, flexible labor law, general legal certainty, and excellent transportation links. Also important is a high level of education, especially for non-academic training routes. Finally, you've got factors like popularity among qualified workers from abroad and political stability. The way we dealt with COVID-19 and its aftershocks is a good example. Switzerland is probably one of the only economies that can afford to bear the costs of the pandemic without the need in the medium term for radical fiscal policy measures that burden companies. Traditionally, national governments have ultimate sovereignty over taxation of companies and private individuals. Over the last few decades, the governing principle has been taxation at the site of value creation. The global economy has developed significantly in recent years, in particular as digital business models have taken off and globally organized online traders emerged. This has triggered a major shift in how taxable profits of a company are allocated towards individual locations and separate from customer markets. To ensure that all tax jurisdictions receive an appropriate share of the tax revenue pool, the OECD is leading efforts to standardize and revise aspects of the international tax framework. In future, we can increasingly expect pressure to change certain framework conditions. Triggers include efforts by international organizations or political discourse at the national level. As a small, export-oriented country with excellent international links, Switzerland only has limited direct influence on regional or global economic and political developments. Post-coronavirus, this will be even more relevant as highly indebted countries and organizations find themselves even more in debt and their governments become increasingly aggressive in seeking to secure a share of the tax revenue pool.